driveway block. I mean, these are events. I chose to live there 40 years ago.
Yeah.
It's something to live with. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So
was the school there 40 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
But it was open for a few years and then it was closed.
Yep.
So then it was reopened. So, but anyway, I'm really upset about this. I think it's just.
So if you think if we kept it the way it was, but had better enforcement, it would solve the problem.
No, I don't say it would alleviate some of the issues.
Okay.
The green box doesn't do that.
Okay.
I think the green box exacerbates the issues.
Well, the really good thing here is that we're on Tuesday, right? And Tanner said he'll be out there, right?
Sorry?
The Tanner said he'll be out there.
I'm sure they will be.
Okay,
All
great.
of them will be out there.
Okay, that'll be good because I think they need to see. The good news is that because it is paint, it's not too hard.
No, I know.
So they can do paint and stuff.
I talked to some of the people who were doing some of the work, and I said, "Have you ever seen anything like this?" And they said, "No." I mean, it's shockingly crazy what they've done over there. So, and I think it's just emblematic.
So Max, how many emails did you get on this?
Actually, about 5.
5. Okay. Against it?
For it. Or for changing it.
Wait.
For changing it against
it.
against the new
Five
improvements.
against, okay. And were there any that were for it?
Nobody was happy about it.
Where do they live?
What?
Where the people that emailed in, do you know where they live? Like, were they on Donald or were they?
I think most of them are from Donald.
Okay.
I mean, they're the ones to see it.
And what was the main concerns that those folks had?
They just said that it's not safe, how it creates chaos. And also when I look at the picture, as a biker, I think if you're having 6th graders who maybe it's their first day to bike to school, it's intimidating to share the road signs. Because share the road, even now when I go and share the roads, I have to use full caution. But for them, if they're first time biking, I would just go on the sidewalk.
Exactly.
The kids go on the sidewalk right now?
Absolutely.
I'm thinking about me
everywhere.
4 years ago when I first started biking independently. I would have just gone on the sidewalk. I would not have even bugged with that.
Most kids go on the sidewalk or close to the sidewalk on the sides.
Well, when crossing, you have to get off the sidewalk, right?
You have to walk it.
Wait, you have to get off the sidewalk? Why?
Well, if you go across the
If
road.
you want to go across the road.
Yeah.
Why
You
can't you
can't.
just, why can't you, well, yeah.
You can be
There's
on the
no way to
crosswalk.
go on the
Oh, I see what
sidewalk.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what kind
Okay.
of causes the problem a little bit.
So besides more enforcement, if you could repave it in whatever way you want to do it, how would you repave it?
Well, she said just better enforcement, right?
Better enforcement. But
Yeah, I would not put those green markers over there. I think having those bicycle signs going up and down, I think that's not a bad thing. The white ones.
You mean the light one?
No, not lights.
Bike lane?
I think it's the shards, the shade.
The Cheryls?
Yeah. I think, you know what? That it just kind of reminds you that it's there.
Let me ask, so how often do you take that intersection?
Every day.
Every day. Okay, so you know it really well.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that intersection, what would you have done that would have made it better? As a person who has a lot of experience on that intersection, what would you have done?
To be honest, I didn't really pay attention to that much, besides, crossing. So I can't, immediately
Do you
think of
feel it
something.
was dangerous?
Um,
Oh, okay. How were the crossing guards there?
I think they were good.
They were good. Okay.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Were there ever accidents at the intersection?
I never saw them.
Never saw any. Okay.
But yeah, I think the crossing guards, I think what you're saying about enforcement is pretty important because without the crossing guards, then I think it would be so much worse because a ton of times cars will just go and the crossing guard will just put their hands up to make them stop. And without that crossing guard, the car would have kept on going.
Well, I think right now they have something that's called all walk, where all the lanes are blocked to car traffic. Because sometimes when I bike through the intersection to go to Gun, but I don't bike on Donald. I just bike straight through a rash there. But sometimes I hit it when it's all walk.
You go on Georgia?
I go a rasher there, but then on
okay.
Poppard. And sometimes I hit it when it's all walk, and I just got off my bike and walk through it. And I think that's really good because then the kids need to turn left. Don't need to worry about crossing twice.
So, how many kids crossed that when we were going there?
Um,
Roughly.
So like there's like these waves, right? Because like for every light, like everyone crosses, and then like there's a new cycle.
Yeah.
So like I think like at prime time, like sometimes like 70 kids at once crossing.
Okay.
Like it's pretty insane. Like it backs up all the way down on the sidewalk, and people are just all waiting, and it's yeah. But it's hard to see like have a good representation of what total.
Yeah.
Because there's like it's spread out so much, and when it's like really concentrated.
Well, I
yeah.
understand. It sounds like this is a hugely trafficked intersection, and it's important to get it right. At least it sounds like it.
Yeah.
I would really be curious if you can on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I'll just get out there. I will
And film
try
it
to,
if you can, right?
if I can.
Yeah.
You know, there is that other change they made on the rest of their turn, which is further down past Gun to make a right turn onto Miranda or Foothill Expressway, and they unified. So they restriped it again with the green bike lane, and then combined the two turns. So now from about 8 o'clock until probably 9 o'clock, the backup traffic is unbelievable because you have two lanes. Whereas before you could turn right at Miranda and not block the traffic. Now every traffic is blocked, so you cannot. So that's another issue, which I don't even, I mean, I'm not even dealing with that because that doesn't affect kids' safety immediately. But this one is really, really bad.
Well, I think if you can send the video on this, if you can
if
give me
I'm
your
able
stuff,
to get
maybe
it, okay.
maybe what would be great is if you could just help watch it for Thursday, Tuesday to Friday, just see how it looks when in action. Yeah. And if it's a total disaster, we should fix it because we don't want kids hurt.
I don't know what your definition of total disaster is.
Well, I mean, you kind of seen what it was before, right? And if it's significantly worse, we need.
Okay, I'm sorry, no, but so I think we need to reverse our thinking. I think the idea of changing something is to make it better.
Yeah,
So if it's the same as before or worse,
well, if it's
versus
worse.
no, but if it's the same as before, then why put it there?
Yeah. Well, I think it sounds like this is a challenging intersection, and it should be better. So whatever we want to do, we want to make it better, not worse.
But if it's the same, then I think we would really appreciate not having the box there. Because it doesn't serve a purpose. If it doesn't improve things, it doesn't serve a purpose. Besides which, we were told that we're not going to have green markings on the street.
So now with the old way, right? Was that we make a very good point. It's only like to push up and drop off that this is a big issue, right?
Exactly.
So is this worse now at other times, like with those boxes and stuff? Does it make it worse?
I don't know.
Okay. No, I mean for regular traffic, for non-people.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
And why does it make it worse?
Because you have kids. You mean for non-pickup traffic?
Yeah. Or is it okay?
For non-pickup traffic, it serves no purpose. It
Right.
doesn't serve a purpose.
Will your kids go to Thurman?
No. My
No.
kids go to them.
Okay.
None of your kids go to Terman. There's not a single person on the council. Well, Lydia could, but her kids are older. I don't know about Karen Holman. There's not a single person.
Does Karen have kids?
I don't even know if she has kids. But she lives, I think she may live in the area. I don't know. I know Lydia lives over there. Nobody lives in our area. We're sort of somebody characterizes us as the armpit of Palo Alto.
I'm not sure about that.
So
But,
that's not my term. But I think our feeling is if there's not a significant improvement, do away with the green box. It's really obnoxious. It's just an in-face reminder that the city just doesn't really care about what they do in our area.
well, I do care, and I think
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I think, and you know, I have my son's been in 7th grade at Jordan, right, and my daughter's 10, so I'm really big into kid safety, right? So I don't want kids to get hurt. So thank you for highlighting this.
So you asked me may I ask just one? I know you're waiting. So what I would do to make things better, one of the suggestions was to create a better drop-off pattern at Terman. So when I was principal, we reworked the whole drop-off pattern, so there was no dropping off outside the area. I mean, far away, yes, but not the immediate area. So parents had to go through the Terman Armand de Luca at the time, and we had 5 people out there. I was out there every single morning as principal, every single morning, drop off and pick up to facilitate and move kids along. So I think that would be another thing to really improve the drop-off circle at Terman.
You mean to have like every parent drive in determined.
Exactly. That's right.
What do they do right now?
Drop off at Donald.
Oh, really? Okay.
Very few people
It
drive.
happens
there.
a lot.
Really?
You drop off at Donald, you turn around
Oh, I
and
see.
leave.
Drop off where in Donald?
Halfway down the street, close to the corner.
outside your home?
house
Yep.
is?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So they kind of drop off at Donald and then so they never actually get arrested anymore.
Some do and some don't.
Okay.
Many of them do because they keep work. They go on to work and go on to Foothill.
Oh, I see.
But a lot of them make a U-turn and then go to Hubbard or something
I
and
see.
get on the rest there.
Oh, I see.
So anything to avoid the traffic.
Oh, I see.
So,
Huh.
so that would be another thing. I think that's what I would say to be have multiple drop-offs, rework that area so that you have more capacity
Sure.
to handle
I do
traffic.
know that they kind of staggered the bell schedules for the schools along Western Arrow, so they don't all start at the same time. But I don't know if that's helped at all.
But I think this determined traffic just itself is enough to make it congested. Because, I mean, if you think about it, there are only so many traffic signal turns before 5 minutes before school starts where kids will come.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go to school early and I hit about that wave and it's just a mess there.
Yeah.
All the kids crossing.
Interesting. Okay.
All right,
Hey,
take your time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much
Appreciate
for
it.
seeing me.
Yeah, of course. And please
I-
let me know how it looks this week. I'm really curious. Yeah, please go ahead.
You know what? I just really think that all of you guys